Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about makeup brushes. I know. Something you should know about me is that I kind of collect makeup brushes. I don't enjoy cleaning them, so sometimes I'll just buy more. No, in fairness, I stopped doing that a while ago. But I wanted to go through the brushes that I use on a regular basis for my makeup, for the face, for the eyes and everything. And you'll see that while I might have a lot of brushes, I only have a few types of brushes, if that makes sense. Also, I'm a big fan of using brushes however I want. Because you know the way if you might see a brush that is for highlight, they're not stopping you from using it for your powder or for concealer, do you know? And that's the whole thing about this, is that you can use the brushes however you want, experiment, play with them, see what works for you. And you might find that you might get a different finish with your foundations by using one brush instead of another. I'm going to start off with the brushes in order that I would use them when doing my makeup. So I'd usually start with my foundation. Let me just preface this by saying that my makeup brushes are dirty. Okay, that shows that they're used and they are loved. And also, maybe this will give me the incentive to wash them. It is my least favourite chore in life, aside from putting away the food shop. But I do have a video on how I clean them. Maybe I should just watch this myself and give myself some inspo. Anyway, okay, when I'm not using the makeup sponge, I will reach for a kabuki brush. Sometimes I'll reach for a flat top kabuki brush. I have two of those. It's a Nima one and this is a blank canvas. These are great at buffing your foundation, and I find that these work really well with liquid foundation, with cream foundations. As you can see here, I've used this with blushes, and these do a great job as well at working cream bronzers or cream products into the skin too. You can use the edge to carve out your cheekbones, and as well, let's say if you've buffed your makeup into your skin, what I like to do is like then go and stipple over the top just to make sure that you get a really even finish. I also have round top kabuki brushes as well. So this one is a small F20, I think, F01. From blank canvas, and then this one as well from Real Techniques. This is a great one. It's like a really big size, a small ferrule or a small handle, but again it works your foundation into your skin really quickly. Great for travel. And this is one that I have used as well for blush. It was a day, and I do remember it was quite recent, that I put on a lot of blush with this, because with brushes like this they don't splay out too much, so whenever you are applying your blush with this or your product with this, it tends to pack on the colour. So just learn from my mistakes. Maybe just keep this for a foundation, or maybe like blending out your cream contour. Those are the types of brushes that I would tend to use when it comes to applying my foundations. Then when it comes to bronzers, I love a brush like this. So this is the Sarah Curie contour brush. You can see that it has blush on it because this is one of those multi-use brushes for me. So the fact that this is angled means that you can really carve out your cheekbones, and then you can like work it in, and you can like have your placement at the top of your head too, but it just means that you can kind of scoop around and it's pointed. The brushes kind of splay out a decent amount, which means that you can blend, you can apply, do your placement and then blend as well. But then I really like this for blush, as you can see from the colour of it. Maybe it's just the shape of my cheeks, but I enjoy the size of these brushes for my cheeks. Am I putting on product? Probably. Okay, so when it comes to applying your powder, I have like two types of brushes that I will use. So they're like a really big brush like this. This is a really old one, oh my god. It's the powder brush from Real Techniques. I don't even know if they still make this. Look at the handle, it's like scaldy. But it's so well used, well loved, washed so many times over the years. I know it doesn't look like it now, but I do wash them sometimes. But yeah, there are times where I want to give my face an overall powdering, like maybe it's with a setting powder, or if I'm trying a foundation that's particularly sticky, that I just want to kind of go shoo. Or if I'm using like a loose powder on the skin, a brush like this is really good because it picks up lots of product and then it dusts over the face. You're not going to pick up too much product, you're not going to apply like too much product in one part of your face. It's going to give like a really even coating of the powder. I really like this as well for bronzer, dusting over your head if you want to kind of give that all over glow, nothing too precise. So I love a big powder brush like this, but then I also love a brush like this. So these are from, this one is from Nima. This is the Blaheen there, and then this one, oh my god, it's very hard to see in this light, F87 from blank canvas. Pretty much the same shape. Like the Blaheen is a little bit more tapered, a little bit like longer, but these brushes are so versatile because first of all you can use it for pinpoint powdering. What is that, Karen? Let me tell you. So let's say if you like myself, I have like an oily T-zone and I apply a foundation, but I know I'm going to want to kind of keep the glow on my skin, but I don't want to go over my whole entire face with a big powder brush. If I just want to powder under here, this is a really perfect brush for that. Down here, so you're not going over your cheeks, you're not going over like your blush or your highlight, you're kind of just keeping it to the parts that you want. And the bristles on this is really, really soft, so you can just press and not necessarily swipe. Another thing when it comes to this kind of brush is you can use it for your contour. So again, to be a bit more precise, so you would pick up your bronzer with the top of the brush, and then because the bristles are bendy, it means that you can blend it in too. You can also use it for your blush, and you can also use it for your highlights. This is just probably one of the most versatile brushes when it comes to applying your makeup. It's just a really, really handy one. When it comes to eyes, I pretty much only have a couple of types of brushes that I would use on a daily basis. I will always have flat eyeshadow brushes, and I have 3 here, and these are the ones that I will use all the time. This one is from So Sue by SJ. It's the SE204. I think this is part of a Christmas set a couple of years ago, and then the E24 from Blank Canvas. This is an oldie and a goodie. I have millions of these in my collection. And then this is the eyeshader brush from Sarah Curie. These are all really great at picking up the product and placing it. So even if you have powder products or if you have cream eyeshadow products, because I love applying, don't have it here, the Eyes to Mesmerize with a brush like this, because you can pick up like a little bit and then you can press it and then blend it if you want to. The fact that like all of these have really kind of tapered edges, like when I look at them sideways, it means that you can get under your lower lash line too if you want to really kind of pack on the colour and then use a different brush to blend it out. Like this, flat eyeshadow brushes are just fantastic. And then I have millions of fluffy brushes. I really do. Just whittle them down a little bit, like this, just a small thing, because I feel that when it comes to fluffy brushes, you could like look at these are so loved and used. These are the Bell brushes from Nima, and these are the brushes that I go for if I just want a wash of colour all over the lid. I think I used this one today because they do a great job at applying the product, nothing too precise. So again, yeah, if you want those like wash of colour all over the lids and underneath, it just really smokes everything out. But when it comes to applying darker eyeshadows, it's really important. It's not life or death, it's fine. Like, make it sound so urgent. It's really important. But it's good to have a few blending brushes on the go, because as this one gets dirty, you can pick up a clean one then, so that you're kind of blending out the edges and not making the other one kind of dirty if you're picking up darker colours, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's really good to have a few different blending brushes. That's like a So Sue one. It's kind of like longer, more tapered. This one is the E26 from Blank Canvas. This is the Sarah Curie Eye Blender. That's the E20 from Blank Canvas. So these ones, the Blank Canvas ones that are gold, they were part of a Christmas collection last year. But I think they still have them in the regular kind of black handled ones. But like, as I said, the Nima ones, so good. I've had them years, like literally years. So I always have a good few blending brushes on the go, and if I'm going to try a smoky eye, I'll always make sure to have these clean. I know they're not now, but like, don't judge. I always have to have a couple of pencil brushes on the go, because as I said, if you're applying product kind of close to the lower lash line, you want to be able to smoke it out. And I love a little pencil brush like this one or like this one. This is from Nima, and then this is from Blank Canvas. They do a great job at smoking everything out, but not dragging the colour down too much. What you would do is, if you did want the colour to be brought down too much, you could smoke it out with the pencil brush and then go in with a bigger kind of fluffy brush that would drag the colour down a little bit more, smoke it out, diffuse it that bit more. And I also really like pencil brushes for giving you kind of a more smoky eyeline at the top, but without wearing eyeliner, because I don't really wear eyeliner. I feel like it just I've hooded eyes, so it hides a lot of my lid space if I use it. What I like to do is get a darker eyeshadow and then press it on the upper lashes, and then you can also use this to create that wing on the outer side. And then you can smoke if you do have an eyeliner, and if you do want to smoke it out a little bit, get a darker shadow, press along the edges, smoky smoke. Happy days, happy days. And then finally we have an angled brush. So this is the liner brow brush from Sarah Curie, and then this one is the, oh my god, that's very small, I think it's the Danielle from Nima. I really like these brushes for a few different things. These work great under the lower lash line to press the eyeshadow right up against the lower lashes, like the roots of the lashes. You can use this to apply liner or eyeshadow on the top. These, when they're really like small like this, both of these are great because all the bristles kind of gather at the top. They're not kind of splayed out, so you can be really precise with that. You can use that to create a wing on the outer corner too. And you can use these brushes on your brows too. So if you're somebody who likes to use a brow pomade, you can use this to carve out the bottom of your eyebrows and create those hair-like strokes. I have no brows, so I don't use these on my brows, but I do use them to create that wing. I don't use a lip brush, I don't use anything kind of too fancy schmancy, but this is kind of like my capsule collection when it comes to makeup brushes. And if I am sent some, or if I am buying brushes, I will always tend to go for that type of brush because they're the ones that work for me, that I love using, that makes applying my makeup really, really quick and easy. Because listen, we don't have like time to be wasting trying to figure out what brush to be using. We want ones that are going to be good, that also are going to wash really well. And as I said, I do have a video on YouTube that shows you the products that I use for spot cleaning and then deep cleaning. I have to do that now. But I'd love to hear, what brushes do you use that you recommend? Have I missed anything here? Is there a brush that I need to try out and add to my collection? Then I'd have to wash that too. As I said, there are no rules when it comes to makeup brushes. If you see something that's marked as a powder brush, try it with your bronzer, try it with your blush. Give it a go, it's fine. It's only makeup. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And please, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Okay, bye.